This mono-white Lifegain deck by Majira is playing Pain lands. Let's check it out. Alright, well, while perusing the decks over on Untapped, looking at the decks that people have been performing well with in Mythic, this one caught my eye. This is a Lifegain deck by Majira, and I knew right away that I had to try it out, especially since our Pain lands are leaving. I want to see if this was really worth playing. Before I get into the deck, please continue to help me grow. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment down in the bottom. How do you feel about Lifegain is my question for this video, because I know a lot of you do love Lifegain, and I'll admit, I'm also a Lifegain enjoyer. However, I have not played Lifegain in ages. So a little bit excited to try it out. Now this is going to be in best of one, no sideboard over there. And yeah, we are playing the deck as made by Majira. I have not made any changes. This is a 61 card special, and there must be a reason behind it being a 61 card special. And we also got mismatching Hinterland Sanctifiers, and I am not changing that. I am leaving it the way it is. Call me a monster. Anyways, the deck is, well, built around Lifegain, of course, so that means we are playing 4 copies of, apparently, according to Saffron Olive and Wizards of the Coast, Ajani's Pridemate, everyone's favorite 2 CMC card on Arena. We are also playing the fake Ajani's Pridemate, or the better Ajani's Pridemate, however you want to look at it, the Essence Channeler. And this is the card that justifies having the Pain lands in the deck. So it says, as long as you've lost life this turn, this creature has flying and vigilance. Now it's also going to be getting +1/+1 whenever we gain life, and when this creature dies, put its counters on target creature you control. So it is an insane Pridemate. Now, the Pain lands, we are playing 2 copies of Brushland, 2 copies of Battlefield Forge, 3 copies of Cave of Kolios, and finally 2 copies of Adakar Waste. All of these are producing white mana, which is what we need, and they are all going to be doing damage to us. Now, the key here, I think, in this deck is we got to make sure that we are tapping it for 1 damage when we have the Essence Channeler on the field. We'll be taking damage, it's not a big deal. We'll be gaining so much life that I think it will end up evening out in the end. The 1 CMC creatures are going to be either lifelinkers or cards that give us life. So this is a lifelinking bat. We also have the Healer's Hawk, which is another lifelinking flyer. The Hinterland Sanctifier allows us to get 1 life when something enters the battlefield. And then Leonin Vanguard is going to give us +1 and gain a little bit of power if we control 3 or more creatures at the beginning of combat. In the 2 slot, we are playing Linden, the Steadfast Queen. Whenever a white creature we control attacks, we gain 1 life. That's going to get out of control very fast. We're also playing a single copy of the Resplendent Angel. Look at this sweet art that I picked up somewhere. I have no idea. Only 1 copy of it, which is a little bit surprising because it is such a powerful effect, but if we gain more than 5 life per turn, we're going to be creating a 4/4 white angel creature token, and then we could pay 6 into it until the end of turn. This creature gets +2/+2 and life gain. I think in some matchups where things have gone really bad, we might use that, but overall I have a feeling that this mostly just as a benefit to gaining life. That's all this card is. In the big slot, we are playing 4 copies of Leyline of Hope. Thankfully, I had 4 copies of this and I didn't have to craft it. I would have felt bad if I did. If this card is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. So, of course, we want to see it in our opening hand. And then, as long as we have 7 or more life than our starting life total, so 27 life, it is going to be a +2/+2 Anthem. Then we are playing 2 copies of Serra Paragon. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. If you do, it gains when this permanent is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, exile it, and you gain 2 life. Pretty sweet, right? So each of our turns, if we have this on our field, if the opponent has removed a bunch of our stuff, we are going to be able to continue to build a board from the graveyard. And then the last card is the Exemplar of Light. Flying 3/3, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, so it's kind of like an Ajani's Pridemate for 4. And then whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on this creature, draw a card. It only triggers once per turn. You can see what the deck's doing. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see all that. Oh, I missed one thing. Sheltered by Ghosts. Lifelink and removal, protection. It's great, you know. Yeah. Let's run it through some best of 1 games and see if Lifegain still has a ton of power. I'm actually kind of excited to play this because I don't know. I think it's just kind of fun. So let's jump into some games and see if Pain lands are worth it to trigger the Essence Channeler. See you over there. More best of one. I've not dabbled with it too much since doing that one video the other day. We do get the Leyline of Hope in our opening hand, pretty sweet there, and our opponent over on Azorius. So start off with the Hinterland Sanctifier, yeah. What I was about to say is I haven't played a whole lot of Best of One in my own free time, so I'm kind of excited to see what people are up to. I want to see more of the decks that are available in this format. Okay, we have a choice. We go out with the Essence Channeler or we go out with the Shelter by Ghost. I think if you have an Essence Channel, I think you play out the Essence Channeler, right? Get a little bit bigger. We can attack, why not? And then on the following turn, we might actually be able to get the Leyline of Hope online pretty quickly already, assuming the opponent doesn't have very much interaction. They are playing a Knights deck. Oh my god, I love the opponent. That is sweet. So they take us for 2, not a big deal. And we draw that. You know what? That might end up being kind of important pretty soon. Oh, Shelter by Ghost. They don't have a way of dealing with this. So let's take their Marshal. Let's put out the Healer's Hawk, gain a little bit more life, put the Essence Channeler up to 5, and swing in for 6. Now we are online with the Leyline of Hope. All of our creatures are a little bit bigger, and that is pretty insane. Especially next turn, if we have nothing, we just drop this. A little bit of a shame that... Well, that hurt. However, we have a 6/6 Healer's Hawk now. A little bit of a shame that we don't have a Pain Land, is what I was about to say, because I kind of wanted a Pain Land to be able to do the fun stuff. Still, after the split up, we are able to recover with the Healer's Hawk, obviously getting the tokens from the Essence Channeler, huge upside, and then the split up, from the split up, killing it is what I wanted to babble on about. So they... Okay, I think we just play out the Leyline of Hope, and then they have to block with the Squire Knight. What is this? Tap another target creature. Oh, that's sick. Actually, we're in a little bit of trouble. Okay, I still think I'm going to put out the Leyline of Hope, but they can... you know what? We're swinging. Let's put the pressure on them. I'm surprised they didn't... Wow! Okay, Knights with the interaction. We are well and truly in trouble. Oh no! Okay, let's take out the Squire Knight and go. Hey, this is cool. The opponent playing like board wipes and get lost. Like, why wouldn't you? And then Dion on the top end to give. Wow, we are in trouble. But Sarah Paragon is actually a pretty sweet card. We have gained enough life, so next turn, if the Sarah Paragon is still on the field, we will at least be able to start making a board again. We get the Essence Channeler back, I assume. What the heck is that? Strike Force. It is a double striking vigilance flying creature. Oh my god. Okay. So our choices are win or lose. I think we just... There's no way they have interaction, right? Alright, let's pray this works. Okay. Opponent, I'm so sorry. They should have swung. I don't know why they didn't swing last turn. They had... Like, you go through the Sarah Paragon, you're going to lose something, but you have to take the Leyline of Hope offline. We were at 29 life. If they would have swung through, they could have gotten us down, certainly below 20 life, and then Leyline of Hope offline loses us the game, I think. So, opponent, very cool deck. Actually, kind of want to play what the opponent was playing, because this looks insane. Azorius Knights with Dion? Cam, I appreciate that. That is very, very cool. Alright, let's keep rolling with Lifegain. I'm not sure if I explicitly said it in the intro, but I'm going to say it now, because if somebody just saw that last game and they were like, whoa, this deck, it does some cool stuff, you know what, Lifegain is probably fine. If you're interested in Lifegain, crafting the Essence Channeler, crafting the Leyline of Hope, it's probably not a big deal. However, do know that the Pain Lands are disappearing, so that whole shtick of being able to activate the Essence Channeler is going to disappear. Is it a big deal? Probably it's not that big of a deal. Let's get this on the field, it's fine. But still, do note that that is something that is disappearing, and I don't think I specifically mentioned that in the intro. Now, if the opponent here doesn't have a way to deal with the Essence Channeler, we are really good shape. They do have the Burst Lightning, that's fine. Let's hope they don't have another interaction spell. We need this Leon and Vanguard to survive. I'm kind of thinking they don't. Oh, okay. I was going to put the Healer's Hawk and the Essence Channeler, but this is just strictly better. So Sanctifier comes down, Essence Channeler to follow it up, gain a life, boom boom. We gain another life because of the 3 creatures that we have on the field, and I think I'm fine attacking in. Essence Channeler being a 4/3 doesn't put it out of range of their removal yet, but if we survive one more turn, if it survives one more turn, then we will in fact be fine. Put out like a Screaming Nemesis. Maybe they're like, oh, Screaming Nemesis is gonna really hose this Lifegain deck, and that'll maybe give us the opening that we need. Which, Screaming Nemesis would be very good against us. Don't get me wrong. No block on this. Sure, if you want to pump up your Higher Claw, I would be more than happy with you doing that. Too bad. Oh, no, they have it. Okay. Well, it is what it is. We do get to put this probably on the Sanctifier. I think it's probably one of the more important cards for us. And we don't draw well. Okay, I'm gonna hold the Plains back, I think, and why not get in? Start threatening their life total a little bit. Next turn with the Healer's Hawk as well in the air. I don't think we're ever going to get up to 27 with what we have, obviously. We need to draw a little bit better, but we are gaining potentially right now. Well, you know what? It goes very quickly. If we have the Hinterland Sanctifier on the field still with the Vanguard, everything is triggering. And okay, sure, they're going to do potentially 4 damage here. 3 so far. I was kind of hoping they would put the mana on the Higher Claw. Oh, wow. When you draw trash. Okay. Still, we may as well attack, and yeah, let's put it out. Okay, no more flooding. We are only playing 21 lands in the deck, so I think we're pretty close to like a 30% draw chance on lands right now, with what we have, something around there. Okay, they do have the Screaming Nemesis, so if they're able to take our Lifegain offline, that is going to be a big problem. And we hit a Healer's Hawk, which is cool and all, but it's not enough to get us to 27. And I can't attack in, so now we just kind of gotta wait. What do we want off the top? Sarah's Paragon would be alright. Maybe... You know what we want is... Could I have attacked there? I think I could have attacked there. The way I think it works is if I were to have attacked with the Healer's Hawk, and the Healer's Hawk did damage to... Oh, I think I'm goofed up there a little bit. I think the Healer's Hawk would have got the aura before they died. So probably that was a mess up. Okay, let's keep attacking. Back up to 25. Give us... Okay, creature next turn. Probably going to be really good. We did take quite a bit of damage there. We took like the Bolt Wave. And... Okay, I think the opponent's just saying GG. What do they have? What's the potential damage output? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, okay, no block. Yeah, this was a big all-out attack, but it's not going to do literally anything. Because we have lethal, we have more than lethal on board. They have 5 life. They're not gaining life with 1 mana. They can do a little bit more damage, but it's not 24. Opponent maybe now calculating everything out, realizing... I mean, that's pretty good. But that's not... Alright. Brisket. That's some good style right there. You do the big swing and then you're like, well, let's count this out. I'm dead? Alright. my terms. I'm going out on my terms, and we blast our own Screaming Nemesis to our face. Alright, game 2, pretty cool. Next one. Alright, maybe Lifegain is actually kind of competitive in best of 1. The opponent, we're getting so lucky hitting these Ley Lines of Hope off the top. Like, or in the opening hand, I should say. Now, with the Pain Land, might be straining our life total a little bit too much to get this Ley Line of Hope out, but I think we very quickly overcome that downside. So, let's go out with the Sanctifier first, and then we're going to gain 3 life potentially next turn with the crew that we have on the field. Opponent double Surveil land. Oh, they take out our Sanctifier. Okay, well, is what it is. So not gaining as much life as I had hoped. Still, another Sanctifier, cool. We are going to take 1 point of damage, but we gain it right back. We gain 2 back, because they're doubling up with their 2 mismatching... I don't know how that happens. Mismatching Sanctifiers. Ooh, we do not. We miss on the land. Pretty bad there. Okay. Still, I think this actually gets our Ley Line of Hope online. Okay. Desperately digging for an answer. They gotta kill one of these Sanctifiers. Or I guess they kill the Leonin when we go to combat, whatever it is. But I have a feeling I'm attacking in with my 3/4 rabbits. Oh no. I didn't see. Did they put it on top or on the bottom? Oh, okay. Well, is what it is. So we are looking to peel... Oh! Why am I gaining? I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I didn't even realize the power of Ley Line of Hope. If this, if you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. So all these little incremental life gains are actually 2. I don't know why. I saw myself get 2 life at one point. I was like, okay, maybe it just triggered twice or something, and I didn't think about it any further. And now, oh, okay, I see what we're cooking with here. Okay, land, please. I desperately need a land. Still, even if they attack in, they take us down to 25, then we go to combat with the Leonin Vanguard that's going to trigger us up to 27 life one more time. So it's possible that we are doing just fine. Okay, the opponent bouncing that back to our hand, actually not a problem. And we hit the Healer's Hawk, so okay, again, whatever, we're gaining more than enough, and now we attack in with for 7, I think. Yeah, back up to 29. Oh, like, it's just so fun to gain life, isn't it? I understand the appeal of it, and I know some people say like, well, having 1,000,000 life doesn't win you the game. Yeah, but it doesn't hurt, does it? It definitely doesn't hurt. The opponent down to 1 land, or 1 card in hand, and they have Marvin, Murderous Mimic. Marvin has activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. Alright. Well, this Essence Channeler, pretty insane coming down. We didn't need to lose life. Next turn we can do the whole Pain Land tap just for fun kind of thing. Alright, and I'm fine swinging in, threatening lethal. Sure. They do have to block both. No, they don't. They can go down to 9. Opponent counted better than I did. We're up to 41 life. We gain more. Essence Channeler is now an 8/7. Hits the field this turn, becomes an 8/7. Yep. Thank you. Sure. It's a pretty cool card. And they do hit a creature to discard. A Scalding Viper. Cool. Well, there's not a whole lot of... I'm not just like... Oh, I did the thing. I just... Cards came in. Like, the simplest algorithm could play this deck, where you just draw the card, you just play it out, play it out. Huh. Yeah. Not a whole lot to say about this one, but hey, Majira was onto something. We're gonna keep going, man. These games are fast. Cool. All right, let's see the pain land this time. I think it's pretty clear that you don't even need the pain land in this deck. The concept is really neat, and as soon as I saw, like I'm looking through the decks and I saw the Lifegain deck, I'm like, okay, wow, high win rate. That's crazy. Then I clicked on it, and you look down the list and you see pain land, pain land, pain land, pain land, and you're like, what is this person doing? And then I started reading all the cards because I'm not overly familiar with the Essence Channeler, and so I start reading over all the cards, and I notice like, oh, I see what we're doing with this. Does it really matter though? Is kind of where my head was at, and what I think what we're seeing is no, it doesn't really matter because we haven't been able to activate it once in the last 3 games, and yeah, it just goes. Now the opponent did have a very good card, Sheltered by Light, to stop us there. We're gonna have to find something a little bit better. Also, this game, first game that we've been playing without the ley line, so that is something. I should have attacked in with the Sanctifier. There was no reason not to. Just clicking through things a little bit too quickly. And then having 2 Paragons in hand, not going to be very helpful. We do hit the land, but there's nothing for us to bring back. Okay, what does this thing do? Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, on target creature you control. That's cool. I've never seen that card either. Man, people play some neat stuff. I wonder now with the Sarah Paragon if we're not doing okay. Oh, if I was gonna say, oh yeah, no, so this is great. So we play out Linden, we gain some life, and we attack all in. If they want to kill one of our Sanctifiers, that's fine. We get to play it out after the fact. Okay, and I guess they know about that. So we are up to 32. This Dollhouse could get out of control very quickly if we are not careful. Attack? Okay, the opponent not having any of it, not giving us a chance to see the Sarah Paragon do something cool. 40 life, 5 life from the opponent. Even if they activate the Porcelain Gallery, like, that's not going to be good enough. They got Roxanne, they have the Meteor to hit our bird, I guess? Deal 2 damage to any target, that's cool. Roxanne is a neat card. Sure. So we do get 2 casts from the graveyard on the following turn, and they opt to... Yeah, that's cool. I like what the opponent's deck is doing. I have no idea in the end, but very, very neat. I'm fine doing this, right? Give me my Pridemate back, please. Uh-huh. And we actually get both of these casts. We'll cast it with this one. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have done the Hinterland Sanctifier first, because I would have gained at least a little bit more life with the Johnny's Pridemate. And then... Yes, please? Yay. You ain't stopping this train. Well, I guess that little toy is stopping the train. just jumps in front of it, no problem. Easy peasy. Alright. 49 life. Our Gale Godot. Tell me this isn't Gale Godot. They play Doubling Season. I mean, this opponent's deck is super cool. This is where I kind of wish I had... Dang. This is where I wish I had... Ooh, they can do 2 damage to one of our Paragons. They're not going to do it to 2... I wish I had the Essence Channeler is what I was going to say, because I don't have flying. But we do have the Sarah's Paragons, and they are at 4 life, so... Okay. I think there's just like not a lot of the opponent can do. Okay. What a tear. What a tear this is on. Oh my god. Lifegain. Alright, this will be game number 5. We are at 22 minutes on game recording time. I haven't... Usually what I do is I stop the recording between each game, because when I do admittedly play best of 3, those games do take a long time. They take 20 minutes, 25 minutes on their own. So I do tend to stop the recording and just let it go, but instead of let it go. This time though, letting things just run through, because why not? And I guess we're going to be able to get like 6 or 7 games in. Like, I definitely see the appeal of best of 1. The opponents are also playing some kind of neat decks. We haven't run into what I would assume is probably one of the more obnoxious decks to go against, which would be the dinosaur deck. So thankfully we haven't seen that yet. Now we are looking at the OTK trying mono green deck, and I think we're potentially in some trouble here because we haven't drawn particularly well, and I don't know. You know what? Let's just attack. Yeah, they let that through. Why not? We're not blocking anything. Like, what's the point? If they have, well, it's possible that they have exactly 20 damage and we could have possibly stopped 2 of it. They have 4, potentially 5 mana this turn. If they have a pump up spell and a fetch land, I think we're toast. Okay. She gets a little bit bigger with her own card, namesake card. And the opponent playing a creature that goes and gets, hey, that's cool. Okay. So they're not going to kill us here, but it is going to be 12 damage. Yeah. Okay, we're dead. We're actually very dead. I'm going to let the opponent do the cool thing, but 48, yeah, see, like 48 damage was, it didn't matter if we held back creatures. Cool stuff. I'll give you a good game for that one. That's showing that the mono green Tifa deck is absolutely potent. Very, very cool. And it didn't waste our time. Neat. Alright, game number 5, we finally dropped one. Not a big deal. We're going to bounce back. We're going to take out red. It's a real shame that the opponent isn't able to have a red 13. Is that what red's name is from Final Fantasy? Let's put out the Healer's Hawk. Healer's Hawk with lifelink over the Leonin Vanguard is going to be better in the long run with the Ajani's Pridemate coming down next turn. Oh, but the opponent with potential interaction. The Essence Channel is just a better Pridemate, so if they have a way of killing one of these, we're going to play out the Pridemate, and hopefully that's the one that dies. If we peel a land on this turn, we are going to be in pretty good shape here. Conversely, if they just play out a creature, we have the Sheltered by Ghost to protect our Pridemate and remove something from their side of the field. Okay, here come the pain lands, and now we're going to get to see if the pain lands are in fact worth the pain that they are providing. Yeah, I mean, you watched this far. What do you want from me? You did this. You're the one. If you're still watching this video, probably it's going to be like 28. That's on you. Oh, the opponent, thinking they're being cheeky, you don't remove the life gain part, you remove the Ajani's Pridemate, I think, every single time here. So we still trigger our life gain, get in for 4, and now we are going to see a Flying Vigilance Essence Channeler with a Sheltered by Ghost coming from reserves to maybe stop something. Oh, the opponent on like a reanimation deck, potentially. And they do not find what they were looking for, and they're done. Not killing the Ajani's Pridemate there, I think, was probably a mistake, but I'm not sure it would have helped them. Alright, I got one more in me. I want to see the full 7. Let's see if we can go for 6 for 7. Alright, and our final opponent, Joe, 75, 123. Sure. Opening hand, let's see if 2 Leyline of Hope. The Leyline of Hope really pumped hard in those first games, and then they kind of like disappeared for a little while. Last game we did have it on the field, but everything was moving so fast that it just didn't really have a chance to take effect. Let's see if getting +4/+4 is going to be worth going down to 5 cards in hand. Ooh, the opponent potentially also on a life gain strategy over here. They could also be on a mono white control strategy with tokens. So I think I would prefer, man, if we end this with life gain battle, that would be pretty cool. What is this thing? Lunar Convocation. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, so they are life gain. Should I? No, let's get out the Pride Mate this turn. Okay. We go up to 23, and then next turn, Sheltered by Ghost. How dangerous is this thing? At the beginning of your end step, if you gained or lost life this turn, create a 1/1 bat creature token. Okay, that's pretty cool. They are not playing Painlands like us, the cool dudes over here. I'm really tempted to try to get the Sheltered by Ghost onto the field to remove the Lunar Convocation, but I'm also a little bit afraid. Okay. Now that there's shields down, I think I'm fine doing that. We lose a little bit of life, but I don't know. This thing, them making a bunch of 1/1s, I think could actually be pretty detrimental. And now we have +4/+4 on both of our creatures because we did reach into the +7 life. That's pretty sweet. This coming down next turn, we're going to be gaining enough life, and not next turn, no. I guess we need to land. It is 4 CMC. But if it does come down next turn, then we're going to really start popping off, and I don't know. I don't know what the opponent's recourse is. The opponent's recourse is move on to the next game, which is, this example is maybe the one of the main things that I have a gripe with as far as best of 1 goes. People just throw in the towel very, very quickly. Best of 3, people tend to have that nice back and forth. But if you're looking for quick games, I definitely see the appeal. All right, let's move on to the conclusion. So the 61 card special by Majira featuring Painlands and Essence Channeler is actually a pretty sweet deck. Going 6 and 7 with the deck. Wow. It packs quite a punch, and we really only lost, we lost obviously to a very good hand from the Tifa mono green deck. So hey, there was a chance that I think if things had fallen a little bit differently, this could have worked out a little bit better. But the deck is cool. No interaction. You're kind of just doing your thing. You're gaining a whole bunch of life. Everything works very well in the deck. I don't think you need a Resplendent Angel in the deck. It's kind of cool, but what is it really doing? You could... But what else are you putting in the deck? I don't know. Amazingly, 21 lands seemed kind of consistent. I don't know. Maybe that's a feature of Best of 1. Is there land smoothing in Best of 1? It's a mystery to me. Everything else in the deck obviously feels very purposeful and effective. We didn't really see the Rune Looker Bat do anything, but of course I guess the Descend thing is for... I don't even know what Descend is. I don't think we're triggering that whatsoever. That's kind of a quick little thought that I had. And then Leyline of Hope is absolutely insane. So the deck is cool. If you like life gain, something like this is neat. You do not need to spend 9 rare wild cards on these Painlands, especially since they are rotating. That was one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to find out how worth it they are. You don't need it. It's irrelevant. They're going away in August. Don't even bother. Just play regular mono white life gain, right? In fact, we can make the deck. Let's make the deck real quickly here. Okay. All right. And let's go down to 60 cards because 61 card special. Well, you know what? Boom. There. 21 lands. Get rid of the Resplendent Angel. That's the deck. I think that's just a better deck. It's a little bit cheaper. Honestly, it's actually not that much cheaper. We still... Actually, now I'm curious. I'm rambling. Sorry about that, but I am kind of curious how expensive this deck would end up being. So, 4, 8, 10, 13 rare wild cards and 2 mythics. That's not bad. If you like life gain and you're grinding best of 1, this deck will get you to mythic. You just have to keep putting in reps with it. For 13 rare wild cards, that's okay. Unfortunately, the 13 rare wild cards that you're crafting kind of suck outside of this deck, so keep that in mind. All right, the sickness is coming on, so I'm going to end this one. Thank you for watching up to this point. Let me know what you think about this deck down in the comments as usual, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care for now. Bye-bye.